Hello the channel, welcome back everybody. Hope you all had a nice weekend. Hope you had some luck. I think it was kind of tough one overall. Seen loads of good scores, but hard to put them together in the right order as always, I suppose. Pretty successful one overall. Some heartbreak as well, but pretty successful. So good score in the All-Star Rare, adding to the leaderboard, so that's nice. Currently sitting sixth in the Rare leaderboard, so that'll come into the strategy and we'll look at that in a wee minute. Picking the teams, picked up a good few rewards. This one's the main go fuck winner of the Ballon the go fuck this weekend. Aye, painful. So even if Silva had come on, it in top 10. But they brought on everybody bar him. I think they even brought on Thomas Araujo and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, that's life. Joe Hart got sent off. So yeah, quite close to quite a few things. Even Sugawara got took off early to be rested, which is good for midweek. But if he'd have stayed on, then this would have won a card as well. So anyway, not complaining. Some really nice scores. Obviously 200s in this team, champion Europe. Bit of sort of noise about the scoring and everything. But listen, Bayern won 7-0, Newcastle won 8-0. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, it's a weekend, everything's all running. So if you don't hit really high scores, you're not going to win anything big in these weekends. There will be quieter weekends at other points as leagues finish. Teams playing cups, Champions League games, sometimes one-sided, sometimes competitive. Just one of those things. So yeah, I do understand people's frustrations, especially if you get a high score, etc. But that's the game we're playing at the moment. So there we go. Before we go through it and do the lineup builder, I want to just touch on the Celtic projected lineup for the weekend. I always like to do a quick explanation of this. So Scott Bain, Joe Hart suspended after a straight red card. Greg Taylor looks pretty nailed to play now. Celtic do, I think, have Champions League game midweek after it, so I suppose small chance of rotation, but not very likely. I don't think Bernabei's not even in the Champions League squad. I've got Sane Bain, I've got Sygris at 15%, but I don't really, Bain came on, so I think he's pretty nailed to play. Liam Scales has been excellent, so I'm giving him that place there. Basically, he's been really good. 4 clean sheets in a row in Scotland as well. Lagerbielke and Phillips, so Phillips hasn't even appeared on the bench yet. I think Lagerbielke will play. Johnson been excellent. Midfield, McGregor, O'Reilly. Matt Riley's been absolutely superb. Hatate I've got up at 90% now. I think his place to lose at the moment. He's just building up his fitness. I'd expect him maybe, if he's not completely fit, to play and maybe come off with 20 minutes to go, that type of thing, with European game coming up. Maeda, machine. He could probably play like every day of the week. Furuhashi is Furuhashi. And then this is the position I'm really not sure about. I mean, James Forrest started okay, came off, but that was because Joe Hart was sent off. Then you get Yang and Palma, and that's quite a hard one to call. So I'm giving that a really low percentage, and I think that's a position I would be looking to avoid. So anyway, that's the initial updates, and when I'm doing the next lineup video for the weekend, etc., then I will give an update. If you can hang fire with me as well, get to the end of this video, we'll pick the first giveaway winner for 411 for the weekend, who will get to pick the All-Star team. So anyway, for midweek, let's do some lineup selections here. So I'm going into the leagues because we've had a bit of success here by the looks of it. All-Star, we haven't even entered enough to get 4. All-Star Rare's been really good, so quite a few 400 scores. Nothing like mad, like the guys winning have had won a tournament or whatever, but I've been sort of more consistent. All-Star Rare Pro is an interesting one because I think there's a bit of scope to improve here, and All-Star Super Rare as well. So the tough bit with All-Star Rare is that I would need to exceed 420, I think, midweek to actually improve. I think that's going to be looking pretty difficult actually from looking at the guys available. So what I'm going to do is build down from the All-Star Super Rare, and then we'll go from there. So first and foremost, I've had a quick look at this before we came on, started recording, and the issue I've got here is that the only under 23 forward super rare I've got is Nasi Univar, who is injured. So I think Diouf's going to have to go in this team provisionally. It's quite a tough game away at Lille, but you know it's more of a difficult midweek and all that sort of stuff. So there we go. Sugawara came off, as I said, he was rested a bit, which is probably good. Weigand picked up his unique, just thought it was a really good price. I don't think he'll play against Palmeiras, I think Adavinka is tipped, so probably not be selecting him here. So I think that Monfrey will, this guy's scores like been really good, you know, very reliable. Sebastian Szymanski is usually one I'll consider for the All-Star Rare Pro, so probably just going to leave him out of this one just now. Ferdi Kadioglu probably got earmarked for the under 23s. Tete is a good shout for the under 23s as well, actually. So I could like maybe play Tete in the 23s. Let's say he's got a pretty good fixture, or he could go in to the All-Star with like a Cardi. So that this is where the decisions are starting to come in. Cavechi actually was really good. He's been on fire actually, Cavechi. So that's quite interesting. I might actually play him in here. And then Felipe, what can I say? I mean, this guy's been on really good form, putting up AA scores and everything as well, which is unusual for a big kind of strong striker and things, but he seems to be kind of dominating that league. And then it's the last position. This will probably not be one you guys are that aware of, but Antoine Bernetti is doing really well at this team. He was at Salzburg. He was highly rated in France. I think he had a bad injury as well. Dodo's just got injured. That's a shame. I think he's out for the season. Just having a look, see if there's anybody else that's sort of screaming out here. But I think I'm going to go Bernetti in here because it leaves me with other options for the 23s. And Bilal Knust probably come into reckoning as well, but Club Brugge, you know, so very difficult one. And then in terms of like just being so solid, I think probably going to captain Monfrey or Felipe. But Felipe, I think he's that team they're playing against pretty low down. I'm just moving my bald napper here so that I can confirm. Back down again. Right, so that's the All-Star Super Rare picked. And in terms of this, there's still a bit of scope to improve here as well, you know. 1,734, but a couple of sort of lowish scores in here. So, you know, could improve, and it's worth it as well, you know. So still sitting on a tier 3 Super Rare just now, and could improve a wee bit of Ethereum there. Or some really, really good score, you know, you could get up in this realm. I don't think we'll have anything strong enough for that. The next interesting decision is going to be the All-Star Rare Pro and Under 23 Rare Pro as well. I think I'm going to like prioritise Under 23s because I know there's no leaderboard for that. But Ajax game, so at the moment it looks like Ajax are going to resume the game, which is played against Feyenoord. What that means is that the scores for the current weekend will stick, and just adjusting the screen there. Don't know why it's done that. Scores for under 20. Not talking about under 20. I've confused myself here now. So scores for the game for Feyenoord and Ajax will stick for the weekend, but because they're restarting for 55 minutes, then you won't get the scores midweek. More buggering about the screen. Sorry, guys. Just perfectionist. Want to make sure it's looking good. Me and all my editing skills. Right, so options here: Jorgensen and Yvan Diouf. Jorgensen had a pretty good game at the weekend. My only problem is Girona have been scoring for fun, so I find this a kind of tough decision. I think probably just going to have to go with Diouf. I think he's due a good game, and Lille away is undoubtedly a tough game, but you know, I'm not so sure that Villarreal's any better an option. I'll probably eat my words on that. Sugawara, I think, has to go in here provisionally. He came off, he was rested, so should be fighting fit. Ferdi Kadioglu, again, pretty easy selection. Just need to check playsharper. I did check Feyenoord lineups, not lineup. Lineup isn't out yet. Alan Velasco's been struggling with injury. Philly away is not the easiest game anyway, so I think here main choice probably Ferran and Rodrigo. I think Rodrigo's due a nice smasher, so probably go him. And Ferran's been rotated a bit as well. Last position, I was hoping to put Satalo in here provisionally, but that's going to be difficult because he's not got a game. Well, Mike shows a game, but he's not actually got a game, so they go a bit different here. Again, not somebody I pick that much of, but somebody who I like. Is probably gonna go with. Where is he? He disappeared. Hang on. Evan Ndika, I think. Roma are pretty solid. I can't believe that. I thought he was timed out actually, but obviously isn't he? So yeah, I think that's kind of provisional lineup there. I think that's a strong team, and I've gone for Rodrigo captain in there as well, just because it just feels as if Real Madrid are due to beat somebody by a few, and he is starting every game as well. He's clearly getting chances and all that type of stuff. So, moving on now to the All-Star Rare Pro. So this is an interesting decision. Courtois is injured, as everybody knows. Raphael, really good game, but check playsharper earns 50-50 decision on that one. I've been rotating a wee bit because of important cup games and all that sort of stuff. So that's a shame, but there we go. I think here because just to use up the super rare, I'll probably go for Carlo Latica. So people think, who the hell is this? So he was at Club Brugge, held his card for a while. He was on loan at Sampdoria at one point, and then he went into the Abyss. I think he was playing for CFR Cluj or something like that. Now he's moved back to Switzerland and did a good game last game week, so now I'm sort of bumming him up a bit. He'll be garbage, no doubt, but yeah, I think he's got to go in there. So immediately you can see in terms of what's happening, like because I've used like guys like Sugawara and under 23s, it's starting to limit the options. So it's probably as a good game week to go after actually, because if I'm starting to not struggle for options, but if I'm starting to be in a position where I've not got as much choice as normal, that means it's a more restricted game week. So Sergio Ramos, I think, was 80% in playsharper, so that's interesting. So play him. Could play Eduardo as well. Joey Veerman, I mean, just sort of that's what he says in the tin. That's Joey Veerman. Interestingly, big fan of Fenerbahce in general, but they weren't really that good in the last game, and I don't think that's the easiest of games. So I think that this could be one of those where we go sort of Galatasaray way. I just think like this team they're playing against are pretty poor. Joey Veerman captain, Icardi's really reliable, and as long as Ramos looks likely to play, then he's going to be going in there as well. I think just pretty good home game for Sevilla, and he scores really well. All-Star Rare. So again, probably keeping Jorgensen for under 23s. Luis Maximiano. I mean, Almeria have been pretty rotten at the back, so he's not been very good. So again, I think I'm probably going to go with a safer option, go for Latica. The interesting thing as well is that Lugano were pretty rotten the last game, so yeah, maybe could keep them out, which would be good. It's not easy to get clean sheets, but there we go. So I could go Eduardo in here. Then midfield wise, I think Gundogan's a good shout. Frankie de Jong's injured, so I think that makes Gundogan pretty nailed now. And then I could go Tadic and Szymanski, or I could play Felipe up here. The only problem with Fenerbahce is they do rotate a wee bit as well, so that's the annoying thing. But they are at home, so I'd probably want to pair them up. And again, Tadic just been such a reliable player, and he's not been firing in the last couple of games, but you would expect him to fire at some point. So I'm going to pick, I think, two more. Let's go for the All-Star Limited. This will be the last one I get to pick for a wee while, actually, because it'll be the winner, who I'm going to pick soon. We'll be picking it at the weekend. So, in terms of choices here, Camilo Vargas has just been absolutely, he's been so good. He's been excellent. So that's a kind of tough one, but I think I'm going to go Livakovic. Just got a clean sheet there, and just a top goalkeeper. It's really good. Defence wise, probably not going to be targeting like champion or anything midweek. So I think João Cancelo's natural selection here, 13% card as well. Mallorca, maybe not the best team too. Joey Veerman, similar to the other sort of selection that we've made in the rare. Forward wise, nothing outstanding. I think Vinicius is now was nearly back in the squad, so it'll be good to see him back soon as well. So I think it would have to be Skov Olsen. I mean, Genk were pretty leaky there in that game, right? They lost a couple of goals at home, so I think Bruges have been pretty good. And then do we go for the Lord Hands or do we go for Gundogan? I think I'll go to Gundogan. Joey Veerman captain, obviously, as Harry Kane would say. Like Harry, what a performance at the weekend. I think that's pretty strong. And in that leaderboard, nothing too spectacular has happened. Like Man City stack, like Rodri gets sent off, and it's been carnage. So nothing really strong for the overall leaderboard. But a good score could still elevate it a wee bit. That's a good thing that having not so good scores can be improved upon. So goalkeeper wise, midweek, it looks like for a bit of a shortage of under 23 goalkeepers. So that can be good as well, right? That can be an advantage, because if you've got one, then there might be people who just don't have one at all. They're struggling to get goalkeeper out. Defender wise, Meli Mulestein, I think I'm going to leave out because I'd agreed to do a giveaway with that card, so just leave him out. Alejandro Balde against Mallorca, but pretty good selection I think there. Midfield wise, Kvaradona is due to smash one, isn't he? I see his stats were pretty good the weekend, but it's never really sort of finished it off type thing. But there we go. Forward wise, I don't think I've got a Rodrigo actually, so that's not an option. And VJ looks injured still, so I think go for the old Tete forward card. But a pretty nice cap selection as well, because he's been good the last two games and he's on the 39 there. And then, subject to the Real Madrid sort of news, I think maybe Camavinga's good shout. Again, this is the first draft, so it might be some changes coming. Just try to see if there's anybody sneaky down here. See, I do carry a lot of young players, and I do tend to hold on to them if I think they're half decent as well. Because you see the value you get by using them over time. Anyway, we'll do set different videos and stuff like that. So yeah, it's probably have to be like Camavinga. I think I'm just going to go with my conviction and Captain Tete. It's pretty weak fixture that. So there we go. So yeah, that's a bit of lineup building there. 6 teams. Hopefully give you a good idea for the weekend. All-Star Super Rare, I think that's got pretty good chance midweek, to be honest. Under 23 Rare Pro, I do like that team. Goalkeeper's a tough one, but there's not much choice midweek, so Martin van der Voort has a Stormer or whatever. Well, there's nothing I can do with that. I don't own him. All-Star Rare Pro, again, if Latika continues the form from weekend, then that's got every chance. Looks pretty strong actually. Ramos at home, Joey Veerman. He'll probably do like 40 or something now I've said that. All-Star Rare again, I think that's pretty strong selection. All-Star Limited looks really strong actually, like for this type of midweek looks pretty good. And under 23s I think's got every chance as well. So there we go. I've talked about playsharper, so what we're going to do is the first winner in the giveaway. So we're getting technical here, so need to Make sure we don't make a mess of it. Just need to want to copy. Where's the copy option? Bloody hell. How hard can it be? I just want to copy it. Right, we've got the link copied, so we'll load up the tweet. There's only going to be one winner at the moment, but remember, this is the winner for the weekend for 411. That person will be able to pick the All-Star for the weekend, keep any rewards that are won. What is this? Expired token. Sick. All technical on me. Jesus Christ. Just waiting on somebody to come up here with a picture of a Volvo or something. Copy link. Enter tweet. Load. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I'll mess about with it. I'll get it working. I'll tag it on the end of the video in 2 minutes. Abracadabra. Right, abracadabra didn't work. Twitter picker is not working. I can't even talk right either. Got my lovely wife in the room. She doesn't want to come on the camera. So there's 157 reposts, and I'm going to ask her to confirm a number. Then I'm going to count down. So I have a number between 1 and 157, please. 67. Oh, for fuck's sake, you know how to pick something in like the first 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, no. Fucking 67? Does it flick down? That does, yeah. 1, right, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 5, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. Samuel Can 130, 67. How could you not have picked 5 or something? Anyway, that's the end of the giveaway.
You're welcome.
Good luck, Samuel Can.
Samuel
I'll message you soon. You nearly picked Tevin. Tevin won like everything. Tevin was 66. He won like the Global Cup and everything on SORARE. And
Well,
he won like
really
gazillions of tournaments. Like, and he won my tournament as well. So there you go. Nearly.
Give somebody else a chance.
Well done, Samuel Can. Right. Anyway, you'll have another video coming up here. Twitter will recommend it for you, and I'm away now after that absolute farce. Good luck and go fuck.